Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, this is Twigs T4 and this is the best T4 channel on the internet. I tell no lies. So let's have a look at what we're going to be doing today. So this is not another purchase, this is actually a customer's T4. So long story short, this used to be a neighbour many years ago. I actually grew up as a child and always seeing this family having VWs, camper vans. I think the first camper van, I think they had a bay window, then they had the T25, now they've got the T4, which they've actually had since new. And the issue is they wanted a little bit of welding doing on it. So, one owner from new, absolutely, they really looked after it and they've done all the work themselves. You can see here there's a little bit of fiberglass and there's some repairs to go in this area. So the customer's saved himself a lot of money. I was going to do this all about money and everything else, but the customer saved himself money by purely just taking out all of the interior himself. Now, obviously, if you're going to be doing this garage, they need to get in behind to do the welding. So removing the interior is a win-win, really, because most welders aren't going to bother taking it out and it could possibly set on fire. And then other people that do take it out, they're going to charge you a lot of money for taking it all out. For this section, I've started by cutting out the rusted areas of the inner wheel arch and floor section. These pieces are quite basic, and with a couple of bends they're fully welded in. I'll be grinding them down and treating them later on. This marks the end of 8 hours and the first day of work. On day 2, progress picks up. Though the first day felt slow due to unexpected challenges, there's a lot of behind the scenes prep that isn't immediately visible, but essential. Today I'm focusing on a crucial repair. It's only small, but it is crucial. Fixing the rear crossmember, which acts as a strengthener for the chassis and holds the panels together. This section had rusted out, so I've placed a new little plate in there, welded it in, and now it's secure. With this done, I can move forward with the rest of the repairs. Moving on to some more intricate work, we're focusing on the lower rear bumper mount. Although I could fabricate these sections myself, it's often quicker and more cost effective to purchase them from Steel Wizard Fabrications. Their panels are top quality and save both time and money for the customer. In this clip you can see me using a template to ensure everything lines up correctly with the new panel. Proper alignment is crucial, and these pre-made sections allow me to fit everything together much faster. It's all about balancing cost and time efficiently, ensuring the best outcome for the customer. As you can see, I've transferred the paper template onto the metal and cut it out. The plate is intentionally oversized so I can trim it down for a perfect fit later. With that bend in place, I position it onto the replacement panel from Steel Wizards to ensure it fits perfectly. Once I am happy with this, I will trim it down to size and then weld in the lower section. As you can see, I've gone ahead and I have fully welded in this lower rear section. Now it's quite simple. It kind of sits where it sits. It only goes pretty much in one place, but I did take some measurements from that bottom bolt of the location, so I know it's in the right place. And now I'm going to use this piece of metal template that I cut out earlier, and it's just going to get trimmed down to size. I can see all the sizing from the inside. I can mark it all, cut it all out to size, make it all perfect, and then it's just a case of welding it all in. Once happy with the position, I tack weld it into multiple places to hold it securely, and then I work my way around, fully welding the seams while managing the heat to avoid distortion. After that, it's a case of grinding down the welds to smooth everything out, blending it in seamlessly with the existing structure. With this repair complete, it's a solid, long-lasting fix that's as strong as the original metal, and now it's time to move on to the next section of the van. Now that all the metal work is complete, I've gone over everything with etch primer to protect the bare metal. Before that, I made sure all the panels were fully prepped using a scratch pad to scuff up the surface for better adhesion. Not all the welds are completely flush. I leave a bit of extra material on some of them for added strength and structure. However, most of the welds have been ground down to keep the finish clean while maintaining durability. After priming, the next step is to apply seam sealer, which is absolutely necessary to prevent moisture from getting into the joints and causing future rust issues. It also reinforces the structure, giving everything a factory-like finish. While we're talking about this side, I take a moment to move over to the other side of the vehicle, where I've done a similar repair on the lower rear bumper mount. This time, instead of fabricating from scratch, I used a pre-made panel from Steel Wizard Fabrications. I only needed about half of the panel, mainly the lower front corner section where the bolt hole is, since that's where the worst of the rust was. This area is a common rust spot, especially around the bumper mounting point. As you can see, the section was cut out, was completely rotten, and there wasn't much left of it. The new piece is tacked in place for now, and this side will go through the same process of priming, sealing and final finish to match the other side. And now it is fully welded, and once we are happy with this and it will go seam sealed, we will stone chip, which is exactly what we have done on this side. We have gone ahead and stone chipped over everything on the outside. And now it's time to wrap this up. As you can see, all of the areas I've worked on have been coated in stone chip, providing a tough, protective layer over the fresh metal. This will help prevent future corrosion and keep everything solid for years to come. One section inside still only has etch primer, which ideally should have had another coat of protection. Unfortunately, I ran out of time to apply it, and I forgot to mention this to the customer. It's something they might want to address down the line, but for now, the critical areas are all sealed and protected. With the repairs complete, and that's all that's left is for the customer to collect the van. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Just briefly, before we wrap up, I want to quickly touch on time and costs involved in a job like this. Now, over the 2 days, I've spent a total of 16 hours on this repair. Even at a minimum rate of £40 an hour, that's £640 just in labour, and that's not including materials. Now, of course, pricing is going to vary from one company to another, depending on their setup, their experience, and how they approach jobs like this. Some places might charge less but cut corners, while others may charge more for a showroom finish. It really does depend on the quality of work you're after. And with that in mind, let's move on to the final part, the customer picking up the van.
Yeah, just use my phone.
All done, back together, lovely. The customer's happy with the result, and that's what matters. So another job complete, on to the next project. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.